Hey guys, it's Little. Welcome back to Viva Piñata Trouble in Paradise, Episode 3. So we're finishing off where we left off and getting rid of all the grown-up bodies. I will be keeping 3 bodies to do the variants and then to later feed them to another piñata from the piñatic. Unfortunately, it won't be till the next few episodes. So going around, breaking the cocoons and popping out bodies everywhere, selling them off, and then freeing up space in the garden. We can finally start working towards the other piñatas in our garden. So we'll start with the worms and the Swirls. The worms and the Swirls are the easiest piñatas right now, on top of the bodies. We will romance the marshmallows as well, but I won't master romance them until the next episode. As you can see, we got another experiment. Experiment that won't be focused on until next episode, but they have a cool evolution that I hope to get done real fast. That's why I keep putting them off, so I can do their romance and then also do their evolution later. Now, one of the problems with Viva Piñata Trouble in Paradise is it can get kind of hectic real fast. If you just let chaos reign and attract a bunch of piñatas at once, you will eventually lose track of the most important piñatas that you need, or you'll just get distracted by focusing on another. Unfortunately, you kind of have to pick and choose. You pick and choose which piñatas you want to focus on, and then you just stick to those piñatas. So here you'll see I feed these yams to these marshmallows. Yams are what marshmallows need to romance. I haven't put up the card yet, but I want to do that much later when I'm actually focusing on the marshmallows themselves. But I'll do it probably later on when I actually romance them. As you see in the bottom right corner, we have a serpent visitor. Unfortunately, I'm just going to whack this one with a shovel and tell it to go away, because I don't want my marshmallows to be eaten after I've already fed them their romance requirements. As I watched other YouTubers do, you only have to smack piñatas once to tell them to go away, for the most part. Other YouTubers smack them all the way until they explode, and with the sour piñatas, that can be a little problematic. The sour piñatas will spit out weeds and seeds, and they will spread everywhere in your garden, and they will also make some of your piñatas sick or even leave your garden. Alright, to romance the Swirls, we'll have to catch another one, so off to the desert we go. So we're gonna have to wait and trap another Swirl.
The vulturo is a large bird and needs the hot winds over the desert to allow it to fly.
As you saw, we have a new desert piñata. This is the vulturo. Vulturos I normally forget about until way later in the game. And unfortunately, so do the geckos. So let's pay Langston another visit. We'll buy a trap, bait it with a yam, and then wait for the Swirl to eat the yam. Hopefully the trap doesn't fail. There is a chance that the trap will fail, but unfortunately there's not much you can do about it. And there, we have another Swedel. And all it needs is one pinyometer of sand to become your resident, which will happen kind of fast. So here we go, selling off the poppies that we don't need anymore, and Leafos getting in my way as always. So we're just waiting for this next Swedel to become a resident, and then we'll feed them with turnips. Turnips are what the Swedel need to romance. So there we go. We have a new Swedel resident. So all we have to do now is grow some turnips and then feed them to them. It should be easy. So as we wait for Willy Builder to build the worm house, the worms only need simple things. They only need dirt, so they'll always be ready to romance as long as you have a house. The worms are the easiest to romance because they're just instantly ready and all you have to do is buy a house. So here you can see that I'm planting turnips and I'm also putting down some carrot seeds. Carrot seeds make experiments happy. And now that Willy's done with the shed, we hit reveal building by pressing the A button with our shovel. It'll reveal the worm house and then we can start romancing the worms. As soon as you have 2 of them, that is. So here you'll see that I'm feeding Experiment more carrot seeds. I'm actually trying to get his candiosity all the way up so I can send him to a mission on Langston's behalf. Langston wants Experiment. And the only way to get their candiosity is to either name or feed them, as we saw in the first episode. There's also later on will be a candy called Joy Candy, and it instantly maxes out their candiosity. Since this is an old game, the AI pathing is still pretty questionable. The piñatas don't always know where you want them to go, and for the most part, they try not to go the way you tell them to. You won't be notified from missions and you have to manually go to Langston yourself. You can pick out from 3 different missions. These will change and get harder over the course that you are playing. Here we're sending the Experiment to France. Experiment, you select him and then you go straight over to the crate, and that counts as sending a piñata to a party. As soon as you're done, it'll show the next mission that Langston wants you to do. And once you finish that region, it'll change to a different region. Here you'll see that I'm selecting another mission, this time a marshmallow. A marshmallow, this is why I've planted so many turnips.
Getting used to leveling up? Okay, this time Bart the Tinker is open. He's important for making stuff that you can't get anywhere else. Lottie has new garden decorations, including a very cool flag. I think Cedos has a new seed too. In 4 levels' time, the garden will get bigger.
As we level up, we get more and more things. Each piñata that you send to the Canonada will fill in its piñata file, and you also get points towards leveling up. So here we're having the marshmallow eat the turnips. The turnips are actually the marshmallow's favorite food, so it fills up their candiosity kinda quick. Once he's at full candiosity, then we can send him away to the party. Once we're not interrupted, of course.
All right, now we can start for real. I never needed help when I used to run this garden. This shovel gives you the ability to dig deep holes, deep enough for...
Alright, we just got a shovel upgrade, which means we'll be able to add water to our garden soon. I don't really jump into the water piñatas all too often. I often wait till I have what I need and then soon after add the water. So here I'm doing another mission, this time a worm. Worms are pretty easy to make happy, to be honest. You just have to name them and maybe even water them a few times. They're pretty good about it.
A new level, and Cedos has new seats to celebrate. Lottie has new paving and some more items to pep up the garden. 3 more levels and you'll have some more space to play with.
And then we go leveling up again. As I said before, you earn points for filling in the piñata files, and it's pretty easy to do, at least with the smaller piñatas. As you can see, I just keep feeding him turnip seeds, and when he gets to the last sliver of candiosity, I just name him Winston. Winston's gonna go off for a bit. He'll be back soon, but hopefully he'll have a mate by then. So next up is the syrup. The servant has been trapped in that cage, and he deserves to go to a party too. So I head to Lottie's and I just buy some happy candy. Happy candy can also feel joy, but as I said, the joy candy will come later on. Happy candy will fill up almost, I believe, half of their candiosity. It's a very quick way, but the joy candy is even quicker. And as you can see, they get a little dizzy when they eat the joy candy. I'm not sure what this was supposed to be, but they do get a little dazed in between. So here we go. Select them and send them off to a party. Bye-bye, Syrupin. We'll see you later. Next on our to-do list is to get the Swedish House. We'll have to go to Willie, of course, but the Swedish will soon have a place to rest their little heads. Now's the point in the video where I say the usual. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and click that little bell notification. All the support and love really will help me work harder on this series and actually motivate me to keep going.
Hello there, my triangulated circular friend.
Level 9 and getting better. Treat yourself to some new items for your garden from Lottie's new stock. Seedos will have some more seeds for you too. In 2 levels time, your garden...
So here we go. 2 more levels to a bigger garden. And all we have to do is romance the Sweetles and then romance the worms. And then smack this sour piñata coming in. As I said, you only have to smack them once, and then they pretty much turn and then run away. So here I'm getting bluebells. Bluebell seeds are what experiments need to get to their romance requirements. All they need is one, and they can eat them right off the ground. As soon as that we're ready and done with the Sweetles, we move on to the experiments and the marshmallows. So to have them ready is to be prepared.
A Lickatoad has turned up. It must have seen you receive a shovel upgrade.
Lickatoads show up as soon as you get the watering shovel in anticipation of you putting some water down. They also eat tap flies, so unfortunately I'm not going to be focused on them for a little bit. So here I'm just searching for the next experiment. I already fed one, the bluebell seed, and I'm just looking around for the other. They can be a little hard to find as they do fly awful far and awful off from the garden. Now that Willie is done with the Swedish House, we can move on to romancing them. They are actually pretty easy too. But they are awful fast. They're very fast and very maneuverable, and it does make it a little hard if you're not used to the controls. So here we go, jumping right into the minigame. This minigame is in the shape of a beetle, and of course, because the Swirls are beetles. I'm going to collect more than I need, of course, like I always do. And it's just for practice for later on. As soon as we're done with the Swirls romance minigame, they'll start heading to their house and we'll see the romance dance. The romance dance is actually kind of cute, but I do have to lower the volume because I don't want to get copyright, and I'm not sure how this game works on platforms like YouTube. So here we are waiting for the Swirls to enter their house and checking up on our worms. Our other worm has now come home, so now I just need him to get back into the garden so we can romance him with his partner. The Swirls are done romancing. We'll get the romancer reward, and this will unlock a few new things.
Hi there, gardener. Need a weedling? I know I'm small and cute, but I know how to make any weed disappear. Oh, do please think about it. I'll just be in here drinking milk, but not eating the cookies. I'm sweet enough already.
Hey, Milky, how are ya? My inn's just the right place to come find a worker or two. And now they've started turning up, you should come pay me a visit. Come for a worker, stay for the milk.
Level 10. Congratulations. When you get a chance, pop into Lottie's shop and pick up a watering can upgrade. She has some new fencing, paving and a hollow log for sale too. If you are still having trouble with those sour shelly beans, Lottie has something for that now too. CDOS will probably have something new for you as well. Your next level up will make the garden bigger.
Only one more level until our garden gets bigger, and we have a lot to do to work towards it. We can master romance both the Swirls and the worms and get started on the marshmallows. The worms are the easiest, so all we have to do is match them up, select them, and point them to each other, and they should be able to romance from there. Here I'm buying the marshmallow house. The marshmallow house is going to be essential to obviously breeding the marshmallows. They're already set with their yams, and they should be ready to romance as soon as he's done building the house. Here's the worm romancing minigame. It's pretty easy and straightforward. All you have to do is grab the hearts, and it's a pretty simple map as well.
Hi there. I'm a hunter, and I can get any piñata for you. I need to know you're up to the job of looking after them, so I won't fetch piñatas unless you've had one as a resident. If you got all that, then we're good.
You can also talk to Leafos every once in a while. If you go over to her and press A, she'll tell you certain details that you might not have known before. She can be pretty interesting to talk to, too.
On really rare occasions, special piñatas are born. They look different than normal and are a sign of good luck.
And before you ask why I'm whacking the poor Shelly Bean, it's because we don't have what he needs quite yet. He needs another type of bush seed and a radish seed. We have the radish, but we do not have the bush. So I'll just keep whacking him and sending him away before he can join our garden. So now we're ready to romance the Swirls. Let's go get some romance candy and be on our way.
I'm still open. Come in and take the weight of chocolate coins so that...
In the beginning levels, I often do breed 2 piñatas at a time. Once they get bigger, it'll be harder to do 2 at a time. Also, with the space constraint of your garden, it'll also be an issue where you run out of space and they cannot romance anymore. A romancing problem is either when you do not have any space or a piñata can't reach its house. While working on the Swirls, I want to stop again and thank you all for watching. As we near the end of the video, I try to get things finished up in a neatly manner. At least I try to. It doesn't always work because Viva Piñata is always a chaotic game. Now that the Marshmallows house is built, as I promised, we'll start with the Marshmallows as well. In the next few minutes, we'll be mostly focused on Swirls as the video comes to an end. I'd like to remind everybody, please like, comment, and subscribe. It'll get my videos some more traction on the platform, and it'll encourage me to go further into this series. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll end this on a high note with the Marshmallows. As the Marshmallows are running over to their house, we're just finishing up the rest of what we have to do this episode. We're working on the worms still and slowly getting progress done. As we exit this, you can see the last Marshmallow running up into its house. We will now see the romance dance as well. And that'll be the end of this video, unfortunately. I didn't get as far as I was thinking we would, but that's alright. We'll just finish it in the next episode. I'd like to thank you all for watching again, and I hope you do actually enjoy this series. Hopefully in the next episode we'll get the Swirls and the worms all packed away. Thank you for watching. Little out.